right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a pretty wild idea about safety and fear, and it comes from a spiritual text called A Course in Miracles. We're going to be unpacking its really fascinating and, let's be honest, pretty challenging Lesson 244. So let's just jump right in with the question that gets to the heart of all this. What if the dangers that we're constantly worried about, the ones that shape our decisions and give us anxiety, what if they aren't actually real? It's a huge thought, so let's explore it together. Okay, first things first, let's ground ourselves in a feeling we all know really, really well. That feeling of vulnerability. I mean, from day one, we're kind of taught that the world is a pretty risky place and you've got to be careful. Think about it. We are basically conditioned to be on guard all the time. Whether it's the social anxiety of, say, public speaking, or the financial stress of making a big life choice, or just that general unease you get from watching the news, this belief in outside threats is pretty much a constant hum in the background of our lives. But what if there's a totally different way to look at this? The material we're exploring today presents a perspective that doesn't just try to help you manage danger, it fundamentally questions whether danger even exists to begin with. And here it is, the central idea, straight from Lesson 244. I am in danger nowhere in the world. Just take a second with that. It sounds impossible, right? Maybe even a little crazy. But the text argues this isn't about ignoring physical reality. It's about a complete and total shift in how we see reality itself. So, what is Lesson 244? You can think of it as a mental workout from the course's workbook. The whole point is to train your mind to recognize that the feeling of danger doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from your own thoughts. Now, to even entertain an idea this radical, we have to look at the philosophy it's built on. So let's dive into the framework that makes this teaching possible. This really lays out the two opposing views perfectly. Our default setting, right, is that danger is out there. It's a risky situation, a scary person, something external. Lesson 244 completely flips that script. It says, nope, danger is internal. It's a projection, a story that our mind makes up. And that story is based on fear. And this brings us to the most important word of the day. Perception. The source isn't saying that bad things don't happen in the world. They do. What it's arguing is that our interpretation of those things is what creates the experience. The feeling of being in danger comes from the story we attach to an event, not the event itself. So how on earth could this be true? Well, the philosophy has a few core pillars. It starts with the idea that the physical world, with all its apparent threats, is basically an illusion. It says our true nature is something totally different. You could call it divine love or pure spirit. Now, if that's what we really are, then safety can't be some external thing we have to go find. It has to be an internal state that we already possess. This reframes fear completely. Fear is just a symptom of forgetting who we are, a symptom of believing we're these small, separate, fragile beings in a big, scary world. I know, this all sounds very abstract and philosophical. So let's bring it right back down to earth. This lesson isn't just a big idea. It actually gives you a toolkit to start using it in your daily life. So let's see what those tools are. The source gives us 3 main practices to help shift our perspective away from fear. First, reframing situations. Second, a specific meditation practice. And third, a combo of journaling and affirmations. Let's look at each one. The first practice is an active, in-the-moment thing. It's all about catching yourself when you feel anxious or threatened. And then consciously, deliberately choosing to see the situation differently. Let's use a classic example, public speaking. The typical fear-based view is that the audience is a threat, just waiting to judge you. The reframe here is to see it as an opportunity to share something you're passionate about, an opportunity to connect with people, or, hey, just an opportunity to grow and express yourself. The situation is identical. Your internal experience of it is night and day. Okay, next up is a meditation practice. This is specifically designed to help you internalize this feeling of safety, to move it from just an idea in your head to something you can actually feel. The steps here are really straightforward. You just find a quiet moment, close your eyes, and visualize a warm, protective light all around you. Then, you repeat that core phrase from the lesson, I am in danger nowhere in the world. The key isn't just to say the words, but to really try to let that feeling sink in. The final part of this toolkit uses the written and spoken word. These are exercises designed to help you identify, challenge, and ultimately replace those old, automatic, fear-based thoughts. This is such a powerful tool for self-discovery. When you feel afraid, you write it down. And then you get to be a detective of your own mind, asking these questions. What was the exact thought that sparked this? Is that thought actually factually true, or is this just a story that my fear is telling me? And to go along with the journaling, the source suggests using affirmations every day. By repeating phrases like these, you are consciously working to install a new operating system in your mind. You're actively choosing peace instead of just letting fear run on default. So, after all these exercises, the reframing, the meditating, the journaling, what's the end game? What's the ultimate goal here? Where is all of this supposed to lead? The destination is what the source calls true safety. And notice the definition. It's an inherent state. This is so key. It is not something you get from a better job or a safer house. It's something you uncover within yourself, something that's rooted in your connection to a higher power. Ultimately, the whole point of this entire exercise is to shift your mental operating system from fear to love. The goal is to cultivate a deep, lasting sense of inner peace and confidence that isn't shaken by whatever is happening in the world around you. So we'll end with an invitation, a question that comes from the source material itself. After exploring all this, just ask yourself, what beliefs about danger am I holding on to? And what might happen, how much more peace might I find if I was willing to let just one of them go? A fascinating question to ponder.